I don't know if it's raindrops or tears streaming down my face. It feels as if I'm stumbling on the border between consuming darkness and peaceful light. Memories from the past few days rush over me, and I'm enclosed by darkness. I let myself be enclosed. Everything seems to calm. Deep within me, my heart starts beating, and I feel the warmth from a spark of hope. Memories from the past few days sweep over me, and I see the light. I was nobody. I didn't stand out in any way. I blended in. Nobody using these words to describe themselves can be happy. I became terribly aware of this an early spring morning when my life got turned upside down. I was home, but felt lost inside. That was why, in an act of desperation, I left home that morning. The dew was twinkling in the early rays of sun. The wind became my noble steed, and I rode it. Together, we whizzed against the horizon. Maybe I would find answers there. I let go of the wind, and everything stilled. I became aware that I was standing in the middle of an immense field. The sun lit up the whole world, and everything around me seemed to be on fire. Taken aback by this absolute beauty, I fell on my back and closed my eyes. Breathed in the fierce, free nature. Who am I in this great world? The question is always asleep in my heart, but I couldn't ignore it anymore. The question grew to a roar, and I stood up and bellowed, "Who am I?" The words echoed across the field, and for a moment it was absolutely quiet. Then, what I didn't dare believe came true. An answer approached me. I was permeated by identity, purpose, and love. The field around me seemed to shine even brighter, and it felt like my eyes had just opened. I saw creatures emitting a ravishing glow, floating around me. The sky asked me to dance. I took its hand, and we sailed up into the clouds. Surrounded by warmth, I couldn't hold back a smile. I was found. Suddenly, I had all the answers I needed. Carefree and light, I surrendered to the light. This wonderfulness who had given my life back awoke in my soul and called me to discover more. And how I thirsted for more. Gently, I was lowered to the ground, and the light left me with a quest. Travel west. There you will meet one of the last. He will show you the next step and teach you. With the soul bursting of song and magic, I ran homeward. Back in the light, I know it's raindrops wetting my cheeks. It's a quiet rain, peaceful somehow. When I came back after that magic morning a couple of days ago, it was night. My parents had given me a worried hug. I tried to explain that I needed to journey west. I needed to find out more. Of course, they didn't understand. So I ran away, sneaked out in the middle of the night and headed west. And now I'm here, in the middle of the deep forest, unsure if I'm going the right way, unsure of the light. I won't sleep tonight. In spite of my feelings, the sun rises, and I haven't taken a step before I see the silhouette of a man standing by a great oak, two magnificent horses by his side. Euphoric, I rush to him. So it wasn't a dream. Time has made me thirstier for more light, and I can hardly wait until I get to learn more. When I reach the man, I instantly want to know more about him. He studies me with unforgettable eyes. I modestly look down and hope for him to say something. But he just waits until I meet his gaze again. He gives me a warm smile and gesture toward one of the horses. Grateful for something to do, I take the reins, and we ride off. Far away, where the woods open, I glimpse a town. It gradually approaches as my expectation rises. When we finally ride through the gates, my jaw drops. The town is filled with life and dance, so unlike what I'm used to. We ride on the main street toward a great stone palace. I can't help but stare at the wonders as we ride by. Street musicians play a joyful tune. They're carefully following the movements of a mesmerizing dancer, moving in perfect synchronization with the music. We pass a colorful market selling every kind of food. The divine scent nearly sends me off my horse. People are laughing and talking vividly. It looks absolutely wonderful. But every coin has two sides. I also see poverty, people begging for food, children without homes sleeping in the shadow of the market stands, thieves roaming through the crowds, searching for things to steal. We reach the foot of the building and dismount the horses. The man leads me to a great staircase of stone, and we start climbing. The steps never seem to end. We wander until we see the clouds covering the mountain tops. Then, promptly, the stairs end, and I step into a big room. Great columns support the roof, and instead of walls, there's nothing but air, so we can see the mountains surrounding us. The man still hasn't said a word, and I'm just about to ask him something when he finally draws breath. Taika, I'm so grateful for you. Finally, there is someone to resurrect the light in the world. You have a great gift within. If you want to, I'll teach you to use it. Taken aback by his words, I don't seem to be able to say something intelligible, but I nod eagerly. The man walks to the edge of the room and looks into the distance. Then he starts singing. It's a calm melody that carefully seeps into my heart. My eyelids become heavy, but in spite of this, I feel my being sharpen. The walls within me tumble. I can see the world from another perspective. I can see all the people desperately fighting darkness right now. My heart fills with compassion for them. Enshrouded by the moment, I lose perception of time. I'm in ecstasy, surrounded by warmth, love, and magic. I let out an earnest laugh. When I open my eyes, I am light. A lonely man walks toward the market to buy flour. It's been years since he raised his gaze to the sky, but for some reason, that's exactly what he does today. And what luck, for what he sees will remain with him for the rest of his life. An infinite light reaching all the way into his soul. This poor man is filled with hope, life, and love, surrounded by light.